Well, good morning, guys, and welcome to the show. I feel like when we see these curtains in the background, you guys have figured out we're at Knowledge Fest, because we are, and we have another awesome car for you guys to hear. I'm excited to hear this one because it has some speakers in it that I've only heard a few times, and I've really wanted to hear them in this environment, which is like balls out crazy. But I'm not going to give it away. Let's hop over there. A good friend of ours, the show, the community, is here to give us the demo. So let's go check it out. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, sir. How are
you
you
doing?
This morning? Pretty good. Can't complain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering everything.
I was gonna say, I heard stories from last night, so
I won't talk about last night.
Yeah. Oh no, but we do have to talk about last night after you went to bed. But that's a whole nother story.
So
I'm
I heard.
sure they'd love to hear. Oh yeah, I'm sure they'd love to hear it. But that's not what we're here for. You've never done one of these with us, have you?
No, I have not.
Well, I'm excited because, well, you're an interesting character, and I mean that as a compliment.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I always love it when we get to talk. What are we going to be talking about today?
New system that Sage and the guys at Sounds Good Stereo did for their rep. It's a F-150 trimmer, which is a really cool truck. Really glad to take a look at this thing because I was thinking about buying one, and I'm now looking at this, I might.
Well, I'm glad they could help.
And God bless them. And the system is really interesting because it's showcasing speakers that we haven't talked about. And this is going to be showcasing the new Pro series of speakers from Gladen. Once you get a chance to listen to it, I think you'll understand that I'm really glad we brought them in. It's really something very special.
You know, yesterday I had the pleasure of sitting in the class with Gladen, and while the PowerPoint was doing its own little thing, we were talking about the 3 series of Gladen speakers. What were those again?
You've got the Aerospace series, you have the Pro series. You had to ask me now, didn't you, Dean? Shit.
We'll just call them the regulars.
Just a regular series of speakers.
But the differentiation between the 3 is what I found so interesting, because I had asked you, are they good, better, best, or are they purpose-built? And you were like, no, these are purpose-built speakers, and there's a difference between that.
The Aerospace series, which is their top of the line, they are the audiophile grade series of speakers. These are for the folks that literally want to be able to hear every single solitary thing that's on the recording. That's what these are built for. The Pro series, they're built along the same premise behind Aerospace, but they use a little bit different cone material, same frames, different magnet structures, and they're designed to play way louder with almost the same amount of detail. Not quite, but almost. But they have more dynamic range and output than the Aerospaces do. That's my opinion.
And that's why I was excited that this truck was here today, because after taking the class, I was like, I wonder what is in that truck. I was really hoping it wasn't going to be the Aerospace, because I've heard those before and I know how great those sound. But the Pro was intriguing because I was like, that's like the line that most people are going to end up with.
Yes, it is.
So what do we have for power?
We have Mosconi One series amplifiers in here. There are 2 100.6s. They're bridged in different fashions. There's also a 1000.1 driving the subwoofers.
Do you know what it has for subs?
Yeah, it has a pair of Gladen RSX10s.
Got a seat raised kit in it.
Yes, it does.
It's a big box, so this thing's gotta just hammer.
Oh, it's a vented enclosure. It's 3 dB down at 34 hertz.
And you'd know that.
Sage told me.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason I know. Sage told me he's probably designed it and what the 3 dB down point was. Yeah, it's a really large enclosure, but when you hear this, you're going to understand why they built this enclosure.
Well, you know what? Let's hop in. Let's listen to it.
Okay, great. Let's do that.
All right, so naturally before we get started, I want to talk about the interior a little bit, and I'm looking at the A-pillars, and those aren't factory.
Obviously they're not. This is a set of custom A-pillars of good friends of mine that Sounds Good Stereo, Sage Weir and the boys. They designed and built for the Pro series of speakers. This is actually housing the 25mm tweeter and the 80mm mid-range. You can see it's just like something Ford probably would have designed and built themselves if they were doing this.
What do we have in the door?
There is a 165mm mid-bass driver in the door. For those of you, that's a 6.5-inch mid-bass. And this door weighs approximately probably 80 pounds more than it normally does because it's extremely well damped. Oh yeah, this has black hole tile in it. It has black hole mat. It has yeah, who knows what else is in here. Concrete, lead, steel. I mean, I'm not sure, but
it's all ball bearings.
Yeah, you open this door and you go, what in the hell is in this door? When you're attempting to get the kind of sound that this gentleman wanted, you got to do this. You know, that's all there is to it.
I get the sound quality aspect of it. Does this have rear speakers?
Yes, it does. There's a pair of 6.5-inch Gladen coaxials in the rear door, and a lot of people I know will sit there and look at you and go, well, Nick, that's not sound quality. The rears are unnecessary. industry. And I will tell you, I was in that camp until I began to understand how this function in the Mosconi aerospace processor works. It's a function called cross mix. And what it does is really cool. When you turn it on, it literally band passes the speaker from like 200 hertz to about 8,000 hertz. And then it rotates the phasing in each speaker 90 degrees. And Dean has a look on his face like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, and I can back this up because you and I were talking on the phone, you were walking me through the process.
Yeah.
Which is as hard as going, okay, go to where it says rear. Yeah. See the little arrow? Yeah, click that. All right, see where it says crossfade? Yeah, click that. Okay, thanks for calling.
Yeah, you're done.
And I was like, oh, all right, well, nice talking to you, Nick. Bye.
Yeah, it's a really cool function. What it does is basically it widens the sound stage and gives it additional depth. And it truly does.
Yes.
I was the doubting Thomas about the thing. I was like, rear fill.
You were like crotchety about it? How's that even possible?
Well,
No, that's not you.
So I thought, well, what the hell? Let's give it a try. And I had rear speakers in my truck, sacrilege as far as I was concerned. Turned them on, turned this thing on, and went, well, kiss a fat man square in the behind. This thing works. Holy smoke.
I mean, I would have gone another way, but okay. Yeah. I mean, whatever works for you.
Hey, I'm a convert. We're going to use rear fill in everything that I design from here on. So it really does work.
I know you guys are dying to hear it. I'm dying to hear it too, because just like you guys, this is the first time I'm getting to hear this vehicle. I'm going to set this up. We're going to play some DRM free music for you guys, and let's see what this thing can do. When listening to these, it always helps to have headphones. I know a lot of you guys will just play it on, but if you really want to experience it, headphones help. So first impressions would be, holy cow, man, this has a ton of bass.
Yes, it does.
I mean, damn.
For a pair of 10s and a pair of 6.5-inch mid-bass drivers, the amount of bottom end in this thing is extraordinary.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I mean, we do a lot of F-150s. Like I said at the beginning, I've been dying to hear these speakers because we don't do a lot with Gladen. It's got everything that I love about it. Beautiful, big, soft dome tweeter.
Absolutely.
And it's exotic. It's made in Germany.
It's made in Germany.
Built by hand.
Built by hand. That's no kidding.
This is the tier 2 line.
Yes.
And damn, man, this thing, image is awesome. Playing that piano, which is, as you know, that's the kick in the teeth right there.
That's it. It's the hardest instrument to reproduce by far.
Yeah, these silks, they killed it. It sounded beautiful. The second track that we play where he's got the guitar, with the silk soft dome on that one, sometimes it's hard because there's a couple picks where you can hear them, and they're usually right in like in the middle of the dash, not center, but off to the side, because he's sitting about 8 inches off of center. And you know, it was like, it's so funny because they're like these little ticks, and it was like tick, tick, tick. I was like, oh damn, like totally awesome resolution, and of course it sounds good. I mean, oh yeah. I mean that's always the key, is does it sound amazing? Resolution is one thing, big bass is another, but does it all come together and kick ass? And this definitely kicked ass. thank you so much for
Yes, sir.
getting up at this god-awful hour so that we can come here while it's quiet and film this. Even though they tried to stop us with their damn vacuum. That's all I got, guys. If you get a chance, make sure you go listen to some of these. Thanks so much for getting up early.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. Not a problem.
You guys have a great night as always. I'll see you later next time.
See y'all later. Take care.
Bye.